Why do you want to colonize Mars?
One is kind of a defensive reason that, like, if something bad were to happen to Earth, you know, it could be like a meteor, or like whatever destroyed the dinosaurs, super volcanoes, could be World War III. Like, we could just like nuke each other to death or something. And then it would be good to have a second planet where, you know, civilization isn't wiped out. So that's the kind of the defensive reason. It's like life insurance for life collectively. And so, you know, not just for humans, but all like the creatures that we love.
What do you think Mars is going to look like?
Well, long term, we could make it look like Earth. We have to warm it up, but there's a lot of ice on Mars. It's cold. So like, you just have to warm it up to have liquid water. Mars would have an ocean of, I think, about roughly maybe a mile deep on 40% of the planet, roughly.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you warm it up.
So that's all
a lot
ice.
of water.
All ice right now.
Just ice.
40% of the planet.
That shit is crazy.
The president is amazingly good at Twitter.
Do you see any similarities between you and him?
I mean, there aren't zero similarities.
Do you support him?
I think there are some things that I think are good, like the Space Force. But there are some things that I think are not good, like support for oil and gas.
And his position on the environment, global warming?
We obviously do not agree on the environment.
Do you think people that want to be useful today should get PhDs?
Mostly not.
So what is the best way to be useful?
Some yes, but mostly not.
How should someone figure out how they can be most useful?
Whatever this thing is that you're trying to create, what would be the utility delta compared to the current state of the art times how many people it would affect? So that's why I think having something that makes a big difference but affects a sort of small to moderate number of people is great, as is something that makes even a small difference but affects a vast number of people. I would definitely advise people who are starting a company to expect a long period of quite high difficulty. Yeah. But I mean, as long as people stay super focused on creating the absolute best product or service that really delights their end customer, basically if you get it such that your customers want you to succeed, then you probably will.
The idea of going to the moon is easy. Going to the moon is hard. As the saying goes, it's 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. Yeah. Ideas are plentiful, prototypes are trivial, and production is hard.
The only reason I started a company back in '95, an internet company, was because there were only a few internet companies and I couldn't get a job at any of them. So I tried to get a job at Netscape, tried hanging out in the lobby, but I was too shy to talk to anyone. And then I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll have to start a company because I can't get a job anywhere.
Thank you.
How long do you think civilization will last before there's a catastrophic event? If you say infinity, this is not correct. Yes. History does not suggest that. History just suggests we do dumb things to our civilizations all the time. The ancient Egyptians, the Romans, ancient Romans, where are they now? The Babylonians, Sumerians, you name it.
One of the things I think that are quite important for the future to be good, and obviously, in order for the future to be good, we have to have sustainable energy. So we have to have sustainable production and consumption of energy. That means making solar panels low cost and making electric cars appealing. And then we want to become a multi-planet species and a spacefaring civilization. So there's rockets. And then there are some things that I thought, well, it'll affect the future, but I'm not sure if it's good or bad, like AI. That worries me, that one. I think we need to watch out about population collapse. This is somewhat counterintuitive to most people. They think that, well, there's so many humans, maybe too many humans, but that's just because they live in a city. If you're in an aircraft and you look down, they say, if you dropped a cannonball, how often would you hit a person? Basically never. In fact, there's stuff falling in from space all the time. Natural meteorites, old rocket stages, all the time. But nobody worries about it because the actual, in fact, there's a good cool website called Wait But Why, and this guy Tim Urban, he actually just did the math, and all humans on Earth could fit in the city of New York on one floor. Don't even need the upper floors. So that's actually, the cross-section of humans as seen from Earth is extremely tiny, basically vanishingly small, almost nothing. So we need to watch out about population collapse.
low birth rates, I think, is a big risk. And it's also not exactly top secret. You can go look at the Wikipedia, birth rate. So, and this is actually this is definitely the civilization ends with a whimper, not a bang, because it would be a sad ending, where the average age becomes very high, and really the youth are effectively de facto enslaved to take care of the old people. This is not a good way to go.